Party there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. And Max and Paddy behind the bar. I'm excited. Everything my first time here. They got me. Joe got me. Do you know Joe? Who runs this place? He got me here. He said we want you to come. He phoned me on a landline. That's how desperate they were to get us here. They said, come and do this gig, Dimitri. It's really good. I know you've been looking forward to it for a while. It's going to improve your comedy career. Gigging at the Crestwood, come and do it. It's your kind of audience. It's a good mixed group of people. It's a very diverse group. And so, you know, and it is. I'm looking around at every single different type of white middle-aged person. There could be. This is good. There's good. There's a man in an actual vest. This is brilliant. Couldn't be bothered to get dressed. I love it. I want comedy so bad, I can't be bothered to wear sleeves. I love it. Good on you, sir. Good on you. That's what I love. But besides any of the acts, anyone from sort of overseas or anything like that, or anyone from like sort of like foreign heritage or anything like that at all? I've travelled, I've done a lot. I used to teach English as a foreign language in Glasgow. Oh, you've been? It is, I know, they communicate with mumbles and headbutts if you've never and spitting. So, you know, you go to like I've been to a wedding, like a Scottish wedding. They're like, will you take the bride to do it and do that? I do. Will you take him and Jimmy to cut it and do it? I do. Well, congratulations, you may now headbutt the bride. Great. So, by the way, I haven't started yet. I'm just chatting. It takes me about 45 minutes before I start. I don't get going for another 2 hours. But I don't know how to start a gig. How do you start a gig? You chat. A lot of comedians, okay, a lot of the young comedians, they've all got like a bit of shtick, like something about them. The lucky comedians who are disabled, they've got something. I haven't got that. They'll come, oh, I've got ADHD, I'm autistic, I'm dyspraxic, I'm Welsh. I've got none of that. Who says comedy's dead? The people who bought tickets for these 4 seats. Come in, take a seat. There we go. I'll let you know when I start. It goes downhill from there. But no, listen, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Who's the youngest person in the room, though? Me. Who is it? Mitch. I don't know everyone's name, do I? I'm new, I'm foreign to these parts. Who's Mitch? Oh, you, the broken arm man! That's such bullshit. You are young, aren't you? You're like a teenager. You've broken your arm wanking. That's what you've done. Wanked himself off. His wrist is dislocated. Fingers flying across the room. What's your material of choice? I'm doing this as if it's going to get you going. Broken nose, amnesia. Anyway, well, and what are you under 20? You under 20? 21. What would you do? What's your thing? What's your job?
Work in architecture.
You work in architecture. You do what are you? An architect or
CAD design?
A CAD. Oh, you're on the computer. You make buildings. Brilliant. What's your favourite type of building to make?
One that stays up.
That's what we want. That is what we want. Well, listen, anyone else in their 20s, give me a cheer if you're in your 20s. There we go. The youth. What is that? Monday night. Thanks for so much for coming down. You in your 20s, you could be. The world's your oyster, Mitch. The world's your oyster. You could be sniffing glue in Dudley. All these things. So thank you for coming down here. Who's in their 30s? No one. My age group now, 40s. I recently turned 48 plus a year, 18 months ago. Now my favourite. Who's in their 50s? There we go. Look at that. Close to the urinals. That's where we go. Anyone in their 60s? Yes. Super. Close to the defibrillator. That's Have you got anyone older than that? Anyone in their 70s? Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yay. Superb. Any males in their 60s? That's what I want. That's what.
Steve.
Pardon? Me. And what's your job? Are you employed?
No, I'm retired.
You're retired. That's a good job. Imagine being employed now. You're in your 60s. They were different times, weren't they? What's your name, my friend? Steve. Could you imagine? Poor Steve, if he was working in an office now, he'd just be trying to spend his whole day trying not to get fired. That's all you do. Oh God, I've got to send an email. Oh no, dear Julie. No, she works in HR, I'm going to get sacked. That's it. Different times, weren't they, Steve, back then? Different times. I don't understand it. A slap on the bum, that was a compliment. Why do they not understand? Anyone in their 80s? Anyone cold? And I'm Demetrius Deach, it's pronounced Demetrius Deach, it's Greek, it's actually short for Rodney, so hello. This is good, I tell you what I like about this, it's a good mix of people who've got, man, it's 21 up to sort of 17 mix, and it's men and women are like that. Sometimes it's all men in a comedy show, I hate that, I hate it when it's all men, especially if they're all on their periods, it makes it really toxic masculinity, I don't like it. But I'm jealous of women, I'll tell you why, because you women, you girls, you look out for one another, you protect each other, you've got each other's backs in a way that us men don't do. We stitch each other up, we give each other nicknames, play practical jokes on one another. And often we have our nicknames printed on the back, us men, nicknames we don't want on a stag night, like Jizz Rag or something like that. Even the innocent nicknames, you come into a bar, there'll be a group of lads, hey look, it's Big Phil, Big Dave, Big Bob. Girls don't do that. They don't go meet my friend, Fat Jackie. She'd be Jolly Jackie. I wish I was a woman, basically. I wish I was a woman. My friends say, in which case, Dimitri, you could be gender fluid. And just to explain what that is, I'm sure we all know, that's when you can't decide, it's when you can't make a decision about which gender, which sex you want to be. One day you wake up, decide you want to be a man, the next day you wake up, decide you want to be a woman. It's 2026, I don't care about stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you, if you can't make a decision about something, you're a woman. Dangerous, edgy communism. That can split a room, can't it? I know that, half the room like that, and the other half can't decide. I used to live in a shared house. When I was your age, I used to live in a shared house. You live in a shared house with mates or a girlfriend or your parents? Or parents, that's good, yeah, there we go. Just imagine, you'll never get a mortgage, Mitch, you'll never get a mortgage. It's just on those cold winter nights, you might inherit something. I used to live in a shared house when I was your age. I was at university, and we used to live in a shared house. And we used to play practical jokes on one of them because it was all blokes. We thought it would be funny. And my favourite practical joke was when Tic Tacs, the breath freshener, brought out a new flavour. And this was, it was extra strong mint for people with bad breath. And this new Tic Tac was blue, a new colour of Tic Tac. And because it was blue, it looked similar to a Viagra tablet. That's right, to a Viagra tablet. By show of hands, who knows what a Viagra tablet is? Put your hand right up, go on. There we go, you know what it is. Now, this is why we thought, one of our friends used to take Viagra. He said he didn't need to take one, because he was only 21, but he said by taking half a tablet, he could maintain an erection for 12 hours. As if any woman wants to consent to 11 and a half hours of boredom. So we thought it'd be funny if we replaced his Viagra with a Tic Tacs. He may not know. He'd cut it up in half. He'd go out on a date with his girlfriend, come back into the house with this brazen, cocky look on his face, go to what he thought was his secret stash of Viagra, take one. He thought in about half an hour's time, he would end up with a penis with the rigidity of a handle on a frying pan from John Lewis, which he found on a stick. And we're downstairs sniggering away because we knew in half an hour he may be trying to play snooker the length of rope. And then we thought about that and thought actually what would be even better, see, we had another housemate who liked Tic Tacs. He had an erection for 18 months. Couldn't get rid of it, walking around with this bulge, knocking things over wherever he went. This thing ruined his life. He lost his job as a lifeguard at the kids' pool. This is what men do. He couldn't even get a girlfriend. All the women in the thinking he would have been a great date. He couldn't get a date. His breath stunk. This is what men do. I'm married, by the way. I'm married. I've been married 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. I've been married. Anyone else been married longer than that? I've been married 10 years. I've been married. 10 years. No, 10 years. I've been married 11 years. We met. Where did you met? Where did you meet? What sort of place?
We met at college.
You met at college. That's good. I met my wife. We met for the first time a year ago, and we met in a nightclub. Very sort of kind of, I don't know. It was met in a nightclub. I'm very old-fashioned, very traditional. I held the door open for her, which pissed her off because she was sat in the toilet cubicle having a dump. So we got together, and we decided we'd get married 12 years ago, and she organised the wedding. My job was to sort out the honeymoon, and so I went to the travel agent with £75, and the travel agent said, "You're going to need a bit more than that." So I said, "Okay, here's 200, and we'll both go. Why not?" I'll tell you where we went. We went to Thailand. Who's been to Thailand? We went to the capital, Bangkok. You've been? It's great, isn't it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Bangkok? Did you go to Bangkok?
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's the sex capital of the world, isn't it, sir?
Yeah.
It's where men go to buy wives, isn't it, sir?
Yeah.
It's where men go for cheap prostitutes, isn't it, sir? Yeah, no. Now, so I'm flying out on the plane with my wife, okay? My new wife, right, all full of like basically bold middle-aged Englishmen flying. And I'm flying there with my wife as if she's like a return or something like that. I don't carry on luggage, I don't know. And then we got off the plane and we're queuing up at customs. They look at me in customs, they're confused. They charged me corkage. And after a day, I thought I'd try for one of these sort of Thai massages, not the happy ending ones, but just a normal one, okay? Because they advertise, right? And they're full on as well. They're like, you go in, they start like stripping off. I'm like, no, I'm married. I showed her my ring. She showed me hers. She leaves the room. And I don't know what to do. So I take off all of my clothes, I get a towel, I put that over me, and Suze comes back in, I take the towel off, I show my willy, she shows me hers. So anyway, we get back from our honeymoon, it was like, 14 years ago now. And we decided we'd try for children, and we couldn't. We were trying for a long time. We wanted to start a family, but my wife couldn't conceive. Because I was in my 40s and my wife's 82. So I'm joking, by the way. I'm in my 30s. And so what happens in that situation, after I think it was like 7 or 8 months, if it's not working out, you go to see your doctor. So we went to see the doctor and he explains what you need to do. He gives practical advice. Now obviously I'm not an idiot. I knew that once within the month, there was the 12-hour window when the woman oscillates. And you never know when the oscillation will take place. You don't know. No one knows. You can't predict the menstrual cycle. And a woman can be in a cup, put like a stick in it, plug it into a laptop, USB-C, upload Facebook. But you don't know. And so, and everything has to be right for this 12-hour window. As a man, everything has to be ready and waiting. I always had to make sure that the washing up was done. And there were no shoes at the door, and there was nothing which could upset her or anything. And we had to do tests, and my test was to provide a semen sample, okay? My local hospital, a week later. It's very personal, but this is what happened. These are facts. There'll be other men who've had this. So I went to my local hospital and had a cup with a lid on, with my name, which is different to my name tonight for tax reasons. And I went to the hospital and waited in the waiting room, best place to wait. And a nurse comes in and shows me into this tiny little room where I'm going to do what I need to do. So I go in, and all there is in this tiny little room is a sink, a huge mirror, as if that's what you want to look at yourself, and it had a sweaty handprint, and a little plastic chair, which was still warm from the man before, and an array of magazines on a little table. No, you know what I mean. Mitch, he won't have a clue. Won't have a clue what I'm talking about. Magazines. Because us, back in the day, everyone else in here, we had to buy pornography. Can you imagine? We had to pay money for imagine the internet printed out, okay? Like in a magazine format. And that's what it was like. We had to sort of splash out, not splash. We had to well, it was there, okay? This was it's not like it is now, okay, where it's all online. I think it's a bad thing that young men, like boys, can access this pornography. I think it's unhealthy, but you can. I know they're making it more difficult now. You've got age verified ID, and you've got to have like a photograph to prove your age, and that, which has its own complications. Because to cut a long story short, my wife came in, caught me on my laptop with my passport. To cut a long story short, I've had to book a 3-week skiing holiday in the Alps for that. So anyway, it's different. We had to buy, and they would sell these magazines in newsagents and petrol stations. And where were these magazines? The top shelf. They're on the top. You'd come in, normal magazines, right on the top shelf, mate. Right on the top shelf was all the porno mags, okay? So children couldn't see them and couldn't reach them. Children and dwarves. This is the thing. It's not fair. They've got needs as well, and they couldn't reach them. They can't come in with a step ladder or anything like that. It's that it was just frustrating for them. It's not really right, and that explains why statistically 1 in 7 dwarfs are grumpy. So anyway, so there I am, sat on the chair. I've got to get myself going. I'm faced with dilemmas as well. I've got to get myself in the mood. It's a very clinical feel about this. There's a bright light shining down. I'm thinking, how far down should I take my pants and my trousers to do this? Do I go mid-thigh, like nonchalant? Do I go to the knee? Do I go to the ankle? Do I take my trousers off and hang them on the hook? Well, that made me a slut. I'm now staring down at my 40-year-old penis. My flabby 40, I've got to wait for it to get to room temperature, right? Not an imaginary penis, my actual penis. I've got to get myself going, and I do, because luckily it was an afternoon appointment and I'd watched Countdown. And it's a strange situation. I can hear people walking past a room, I can hear actual conversations. So I shut the door. And after 10 minutes, after 10 solid minutes, I get to the point of no return where nothing was going to stop what was about to happen. Just 3 or 4 seconds left at the most, and I looked down, and I suddenly realised I hadn't taken the lid off my jar. I had to thumb it open. I get the contents in, I stand up, I high-five that mirror. I put the lid on, then I've got to find the hatch you've got to deliver it to. I get there, and after all this, it says closed for lunch, as if that's... Oh, well, what was I going to do? Go and find him in the canteen with his tray and put it next to his yogurt or something like that. I get it in. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I get the results back. I'm very happy with the results. And my doctor wants to do one final check, which basically involved him pulling back, right, on my foreskin. I know that's not a nice thing to talk about, but these things happen. I've got to talk about it. Right, now it's a weird, now I've never been naked in front of another man before, because I hadn't been in the Navy. Let alone have another man touch me naked, because I hadn't played rugby. So I was nervous, I didn't know what to do. He comes round, he starts to check, he starts to feel. I've been trying to make it longer, pulling it, so it was like spaghetti. Because of the nerves, the thing went tiny. It was like looking down at a half being, what's it? He starts to do what he needs to do, he starts to check. Now where do you look in that situation? Do I look him in the eye? Do I look out the window? Do I look on his desk where a picture of his family? And after a little bit of time, he looks up at me and he said, don't worry Dimitri, it's perfectly normal to get an erection. I said, but I haven't got an erection. He said, no, but I have. Silly little daft joke. But the rest is pretty much true. And I will say this, a happy ending, so to speak. 8 years ago, I became a dad. Which was all good. The doctor said everything was fine with me and my wife. We had the test, everything was fine. He said, relax when you have sex. He said, relax. He said, try different positions. He said, go home, try different positions. And so I did. I went back to my wife and I said, we've got to do different things. Maybe the butterfly, the wheelbarrow, the cowgirl, the reverse cowgirl, the rifleman, the countryman, the Pegasus 2000, the 3-man Ranger, the Unicorn 360. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Those are just caravans. We had a little girl, she's 8, she's called Eleni, it's Greek, it means bankrupt. And listen, I'm a stay-at-home dad. And so I drop off at school, I take her to all the sort of play groups and coffee mornings and things like that. And it's always mums who do that, which is fine, okay, because I love MILF. And they're competitive. Mums are really competitive. They're all like, oh, yeah, this is Viola. She's 5. She can make hummus all by herself. Then you've got another man who goes, yeah, this is Jordan. He's 5 and he vapes. His brother's called Tyler, named after my favourite grout. They've got weird names. They've got weird names now. It's fine. My name's weird, okay, when I was a kid, Dimitri. Now it'd be perfectly normal. The Beckhams did it, didn't they? They started naming their children of places where they conceived and stuff like that. That's what you want to talk about. The Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, proper old names like George and Henry and David and stuff like that. Proper old. And now if you meet a kid who's called Henry, it probably means his parents had a threesome with a Hoover. They did. And Gwyneth Paltrow, Kanye West. Kanye West gave. Do you know what Kanye West, the singer, called his first daughter? North. So she became called Northwest, named after a sat-nav instruction. If your surname is West, there aren't many names to avoid. It's like, what, 3? North, South, or Fred? That's pretty much it. You're a lovely group of people, by the way. I'm going to head off now because I've got another gig to get to in October. So I'm going to hand you back to the wonderful Oxy. Have a great night. Please, all of you, keep supporting live comedy. Thank you. I'm doing this.